Push to lower the drinking age from 21 to 18. It's led by a group called the Amethyst Initiative. It's made up of about 100 college presidents who believe the current drinking age encourages binge drinking among students. We asked a few students how they feel about this.
I think an 18-year-old should be responsible enough to know their limit.
Whether the drinking age is 18 or 21, I don't think it really matters, because if people are going to abuse alcohol, they're going to do it regardless of the law.
Since 2008, 136 college and university presidents have signed the Amethyst Initiative, which declares 21 is not working and calls for a reconsideration of the National Minimum Drinking Age Act. University presidents want to begin teaching how to drink safely and responsibly. Drinking doesn't have to be dangerous. Alcohol abuse or drunk driving related accidents could be lowered if these kids were taught how to drink responsibly instead of essentially being taught to push it into secrecy. The list on the screen shows all of the different rights that you obtain when you turn 18. You can vote, you can be tried in court as an adult, and even join the military. If you can be trusted to put your life on the line for our country by joining the military, why can't you be trusted to drink?
And elsewhere.
Laura Dean Mooney, as you heard about this yesterday and heard about the initiative and the idea about opening up this conversation, what was your response?
Well, I was certainly alarmed, and we certainly feel like this is an irresponsible part on the small minority group of 100 university presidents out of 3,500 across the country who signed on to an initiative, perhaps misguided, perhaps they were misled even, but we know that the 21 minimum drinking age law does work. There's 49 highly peer-reviewed scientific studies to back the fact that the law does work. It saved over 1,000 young people's lives every year for the last 24 years.
Members of the Mothers Against Drunk Driving organization argue that keeping the national drinking age at 21 has saved lives. And when you take a look at the stats, they make a solid point. According to fatal drunk driving statistics in the United States, drunk driving fatalities are down 50% since the National Minimum Drinking Age Act. However, when you take a closer look at it, the decline in drunk driving fatalities isn't necessarily because of this act. For example, the decrease is the heaviest amongst the 18 to 20 age group. However, the decrease is monumental for all age groups. There have been awareness campaigns for decades, which has also contributed to the decrease in fatal crashes while under the influence of alcohol. The law doesn't prevent drunk driving either. According to fatal drunk driving statistics in the United States, in 2013, 28.7 million people admitted to driving under the influence of alcohol, which is more than the population of Texas. This shows that there is a correlation to the law going into effect and drunk driving fatalities decreasing, but it is not a cause and effect. The law was put in to prevent drunk driving, but the truth is people have just become sneakier when getting behind the wheel with alcohol in their systems. Lowering the drinking age would not make this matter worse, and in fact, it can be used as a chance for better regulations, such as creating programs where young adults can learn more about alcohol and the effects of alcohol before they go out on their own. The National Minimum Drinking Age Act has failed to prevent underage drinking. Instead, since the law prevents nothing, underage drinking is pushed into secrecy, which is dangerous for everybody. It is time to trust young adults to handle alcohol correctly, with guidance. So the question is, are you okay with the drunk driving fatality epidemic that is still occurring to this day? Or do you want to start giving the next generation a chance to use alcohol responsibly and not abuse it?